Hello guys, I would like to say thank you that you are here, and first of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Nicole Ölkers from Förderbar. I'm director at Förderbar, and why do we think we are here and what can we do for you is that a lot of companies who show what they do with their technical expertise here are able to apply for subsidy programs in research and development programs. So what we do with Förderbar, first of all, is that we give you the chance to come to us and get the first eligibility check if your company can apply for subsidy programs or not. The second thing we do is that we take care of the whole acquisition process and the applications so that you can concentrate on your business, and Förderbar helps you with the whole process for a subsidy institution. The third part is that when we run through the process, hopefully successfully, there is a lot of things to do with the project administration. You have to apply for the money you will get, not apply, but you have to ask for the money, you have to give a lot of documents to the subsidy institution, and this is what we do for you as well. So all in all, at the end there is a final report, and this is where the whole process will be finished. Probably we will find another program during the time we can apply for this, so this could be a good continued process, and this is what we can do for you. What is our qualification? We have in our team some IT experts, so we know a lot of internet or e-commerce things or technological parts. We have a few economists in the company who will write all the applications or the things in the applications which will work with financial status, with competitors, etc. And so there are also funding experts who help us with good contacts to the institutions, so that we are that we have actual information, what programs are or what problems programs have, etc. So in our reference, for example, we have a lot of companies based in Berlin. This is because Förderbar itself is based in Berlin, and also the landscape for subsidy programs in Berlin is very good, so that we have a lot of companies who applied in the profit program, and this is where I will concentrate on, and where Andreas from Modomoto will tell us a bit about the profit story at Modomoto later. The objective of my presentation is to show you what can you think about to get through the first eligibility check. The second part is where can you find subsidy programs. When you look for it via internet, you will see, yeah, there are thousands of programs, but to be honest, there are, I think, for every company, not more than 3. Yeah. So, and then I give you the example of a typical subsidy program. This is the profit program in Berlin, just to get a bit an idea of if this is something for you or not. First of all, when you ask yourself, am I or is the company able to get subsidies, please try to find out, do you have innovation in the company? And then when we talk about R&D products, we don't talk about the innovation of your customer model. There has to be an innovation in the technical side. So that means that when you say, okay, we want to develop X or Y, and we see that we have a lot of risks because we don't know if we really get what we want in the development, this could be a sign of research. So first of all, find out if it is risky, and the second part is when you when you develop, please find out, is there a gap between the actual status of technology and how can you show that you will be higher, so on a higher level than the actual status of technology. This is a sign then that you have a certain kind of research on the technical side. And this is very important to show that you have innovation in the company. The second step is that, do I have a business model? We have a lot of questions or a lot of common customers who are in a very early stage. So we have founders. They come to us. They are two. They want to have this company, but they don't have any equity in the company. So this is very important to know that the most of the subsidy programs, you need also equity or cash flow, because it is not 100% financed. It's just the ratio is around 40 to 80%, and you have to show from cash flow or equity that you can pay your own part during a project time. So, and this is the business model is the base of a financial plan, and you have to show that you can show it, then you can explain it, and this is quite important. The financial viability of the company is close to the second point. So please check when you have a financial plan. When do you want to get more equity, for example, or how is your planned cash flow? It is important to show that you don't have a liquidity which is negative. So when you find this as a circumstance in your financial plan, I would say don't try to apply for subsidy programs, because in every institution they will tell you that you fail through the process. When you, for example, can show that you've planned for, I don't know, the second financial round in August 2017, and you plan to get 1 million euros, and from now to August you will have a good liquidity, and perhaps you have cash flow or so on. Then then you can show that your liquidity later, up from August, will be positive. So this is a plan you can show to every institution, but please be careful when your liquidity runs into minus. Yeah, where can you find funding programs? A lot of companies who come to us, they hear a lot about EU programs like Horizon 2020. This is quite a very complicated program, and the problem here is, just to give you a few information about it. When you want to apply for this program, they have different dates where you can apply for. So, and this is very important to know that you're not the only one. Yeah, there are nearly more than 2,500 applications, which, for example, for the 15th of March will be there. So there is a lot of competition between every application. So this will mean that the Erfolgsrate will be under 10%. So the success will be under 10%. So this is why it is very difficult to get through the process within success. In other programs, and these are the programs on the, like they are in Germany or other countries, or in the Bundesländer of Germany, like Berlin, it's quite easier to apply for, because they don't, you can give your application every day to it. You are not in a competition with other companies, so they only look at your application. Then you can get the chance that they will send you questions, or probably the process you will during the process you will meet an expert who will ask you questions in a meeting, and then you can say, okay, how do we want to go through our project, and that will help to to get a success for the application. So first of all, here at the Profit Program, I will tell you later, and there is another program, the ZIM program from the Ministry of Economics. This is a program you can apply for in Germany. Profit you can only apply for when your company is based in Berlin. This is quite important, and there are others from other ministries and so on. So now I just want to give you yeah, okay. So I run through the Profit Program. So what I said, you have to have an SME operating in Berlin. You have to have a technology project. If not, please don't apply for it, because it's very important to have technology and innovation in the program. I will run through the presentation a bit faster. So what is the aim of the subsidy program? This is that you get money for your personal costs. So for everyone you have in your company, you can get the subsidies or loans. It's a bit difficult here, but it's very important to apply for personal costs. Then you can also have external services, material, or costs for market entry. So the difficulty or the problem here is you get subsidies for research, and because Profit runs through the whole innovation process, that means they run from research to development and to the market entry, and for development and market entry you can get a loan. So there are some conditions here mentioned here, and you can get the loan without securities in certain circumstances. The process at Profit is a two-step process. So first of all, you give the Projektskizze to the institution, then it will be checked through an expert. When you get the go, then you go into the second phase. And then hopefully after 6 months you have a successful application. So just the last two slices. Advantages is here that with the subsidies you get, you don't have to give parts of your company to anybody. It's like when you have equity, you can use this money to ask for same level nearby in profit. And so you don't only have to give 20% of the profit of the project costs from cash flow or equity. One disadvantage is that you have to pay interest for the loan here in this program, but the interest rate, for example, is between 3 to 7%. So this is sometimes better than to give shares from your company for equity. So now, thank you for your attention, and I will pass the speech to Andreas, and he will give you some practical informations about profit. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Nicole. Hi, everyone. I'm Andreas. I'm the co-founder of Modomoto. We do curated shopping. That means we are here to free men from shopping and make sure that they still look great in their new outfits. We've started in 2011, just to give you a short idea. Beginning of last year, we merged with our Dutch competitor, the Cloakroom, and are now active in 7 markets and serve our customers under the B2B brand Curated Shopping group, but with the B2C brands, the Cloakroom in Scandinavia and Benelux, and with Modomoto in the DACH region. So, you would imagine, that's rather a fashion company, personal shopping, but still we received subsidies in 2015 and work together with Nicole and Förderbar since 2014. And I will give you an idea today how that could be, tell you a little bit more about our service, about the project, and also how it is to work with Nicole. So 100% truth, of course. All right. As I say, we do curated shopping and we try to free men from shopping. That's the idea. Here's how it works. So guys, listen, if you don't like shopping, you have to go to modomoto.de, fill out a short questionnaire, let us know what kind of styles you like, how you wear your shirts, what you pay for them usually, and then afterwards we will do a short advice call with one of our stylists. So we'll get quite a good idea on what you like, and then the next step we ship you a box which is really beautiful. It contains 2 outfits which are individually picked for you, which are very personal, with a nice ribbon around it, which are neatly folded. There's a personal style note. It's in a really nice box. So it's 100% contrast to regular e-commerce like Zalando, for example. We want to be really personal and special. And what usually happens then when you get your box, then you can try the outfits in the comfort of your home. And what we hear from our customer, that's really is a really nice fashion show. So they usually do it on Sundays, and then the living room is the stage, and the girlfriend or the wife is the jury and says like bottom up, thumb up or thumb down, and decides what to keep, and everything they don't like they can ship back and return to us. Important, we really want to build a long-term relationship, right? So it's really one-on-one marketing. You have your personal stylist, and it's a business model which is focused on our current customers. So that's really important. So, and I think why we've been growing quite successfully in the past years is that we bring together the best of 2 worlds, which is on the one hand that you still can order everything from the comfort of your home, really convenient, like you know it from regular and classical e-commerce, but additionally you get great service and advice, right? I don't know when you ordered last time on Zalando and tried to order jeans there. If you look for jeans, then you've got 3,369 articles you can choose from. I just checked this morning again, and that's a challenge which is quite tough for guys. So what we bring on the table additionally is really this great advice and service combined with doing everything from the comfort of your home. So I mentioned at the beginning, curated shopping, fashion. What has that to do with technology? Why did we apply for the subsidy program? You might have realized that we indeed receive a bunch of data which we have to crunch, right? Through the questionnaire, through the calls we do with our customers, with the feedback we receive. So it builds up. And the idea and the challenge is to really use this data and make it available to the stylist in the proper way, because otherwise it's just an information overkill. And that's why we decided to apply for profit with the support of Nicole and her team to build a software tool which we call the styling tool. You have to imagine, before we indeed really went through the shelves, like picking the clothes from the shelves, and that wasn't scalable at all, and of course we couldn't use the data. So what we did is that we built a software tool, not a classical e-commerce shop, but really an expert shop, so that you could, and this shop, important, is not as a classical shop focused on conversion to get the customer to buy, but it's an expert shop. So the idea of this tool is to make all the information we receive available in the best possible way for our stylists, so they can really focus on the customer and don't have to click through thousands of articles. And Nicole mentioned that research is an important part of this project, right? So, and that was the same for us, because there's the tool, the infrastructure, but there's also all the intelligence we use behind. So that means we indeed did a lot of data mining, it did a lot of research in order to come up with intelligent information on which our stylists can work with. So now we have intelligent article filters, so the stylist will only see the articles which indeed fit to the customer in terms of his size, his preferences, his history, and so on and so on. So it's really a very specified selection which got shown. Then, moreover, it will highlight the articles which are most likely to fit the customer, which could be great for his taste. And additionally, we will also recommend articles which sold well in another combination. For example, they would say this jeans went well with this white shirt, and so on, which is also based on data. And last but not least, what we do, and it's just a few examples, is that we try to match the customer with the perfect stylist. So we know that some stylists are more are better to style business casual. We have stylists who are better in doing something trendy, and it's all chosen based on data. Because sometimes in the beginning we let them choose, but we decided or we saw in the data that that works better than letting this open. So yeah, we are indeed really happy that we work with Profit and Förderbar. Because that really helped us to improve our business and took it a big step further. And also happy that we did it with Förderbar together, because first of all, I would have never known which program to apply for. It's really complicated. And then you don't know if you know, we are especially 3 years ago now when we applied for it first time. Then we were a startup, and it was this long-term subsidy program, and it was difficult to bring together. And you know, we weren't thinking in years, so it was good to have someone at your side to structure the project in the right way. So that was important, also to tell you what's in scope, what's out of scope, what can you apply for, what can't you can't, and also in the end how to formulate the application, because yeah, it really helps if you know what's important for the jury in the program in the end to decide who to take and who not. And in the end, there's a lot of continuous work to be done. Also, after you receive the go, you have to do milestone presentations where you have to explain how's the progress, what works, and so on. And yeah, also a lot of administrative tasks, and it's good to have a good partner who's really, yeah, who really knows what to do and what to not. I think it's really a very good example of outsourcing something. So I'd highly recommend it, and for us the cooperation really helped to get again big step further in the right direction, focus on our company. So that's it from my side. Thank you for your attention. And one thing from my side, I forgot my vouchers, but anyone who wants a voucher, maybe you want to try Modomoto, just send me an email to andreas@modomoto.de, yeah, please.
Sure. There's a question here.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your transparent and very interesting input. Question, what about women? I don't like shopping.
We hear that a lot, but I think actually this service is made for men. I think, of course, there might be a few women who also appreciate the service, but with all respect, I think women are more complicated than men, also in relation to especially in relation to fashion. And I think the target group for men is just bigger, and I think that target is really huge. And I think as a startup, a young company, it always makes sense to focus. And I think the market is huge, and I think the service as it is set up now, it's more set up for convenience, and I think, yeah, it's my opinion, it's more focused and better for men.
Maybe in the future. I think.
Thank you. I was just wondering, it's been mentioned that the technological innovation is one of the main requirements for the successful application, right? So what is exactly the technical innovation with your company? I mean, what made you, successful for, to apply for this program?
I think, I think it was two things. Research was a lot of data research behind that. That's the second part I explained. So really the intelligence behind the tool. I think that's quite an innovation. And the tool itself, as it exists now, we couldn't buy it nowhere because, as I mentioned, that's not a regular e-commerce shop. If you look for a regular e-commerce shop, that's all made for conversion and it's really customer oriented, and this is an expert shop. So it's more about giving the expert the right tools to serve the customer. So that was new, we couldn't buy it anymore, and that's, I think, what made it innovative.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your presentations. This is a question for Nicole. Do you have to be a German registered company to access the schemes that you are working with? Thanks.
It's an advantage, yeah. If you want to apply in Germany, you have to have another company or a daughter here in Germany, like a GmbH, yeah. This is what you need to apply for a program in Germany. When you, for example, are a company in Europe, then you can apply for the European programs, for example, because there it doesn't matter where you have the companies, yeah.
There was another here.
Hi. I like the idea of Modomoto, and your presentation was good. The question is, you had a sentence that you try to establish long-term relationship with customers, and it's a core of, I think, this model. What you do to make your customers get back to Modomoto, and do you have any statistics? How many times the average customer buys at Modomoto, a month or a year?
Sure. So it's really all about the personal relationship we try to build. So it's not Modomoto you're actually talking to, it's your personal stylist. Let's call her Tanya. And Tanya will also get back to you and ask if you, let's say you haven't ordered a box for a couple of times, then we might be in touch and ask if everything is going well. And that helps a lot, you know. This born in an average customer orders three times a year a box. So not too often. We also don't try to push it too hard because you know, if you especially men, they like to buy in bulks. Yeah, you know, get it over with, and then maybe after 4 or 5 months again. Yeah.